Namaskar, good evening viewers. You are watching the news on Sansad TV. I'm Rajiv Kumar Singh. We will take a look at all the latest happenings of the day from the national and international perspective. Let us begin with the headlines. India-Australia Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement comes into force. Prime Minister Modi says, pact to unlock enormous potential of trade and economic ties. 2 more FTAs expected next year. Election Commission launches novel initiative for migrant voters, develops prototype of a remote electronic voting machine. Discussion with political parties on 16th of January. NIA's massive crackdown on PFI in Kerala, searches at 56 locations linked with the banned outfit, weapons, incriminating material and digital devices seized. Cyprus to join the International Solar Alliance. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar meets Cyprus Foreign Minister in Nicosia. 3 agreements including defense and military cooperation signed. Tension peak between China and Taiwan. US State Department clears the sale of an anti-tank system to Taiwan amid rising threat from China. A quick look now at some flash news. Government is in favor of robust regulation to deal with violent, obscene content of online games, says Minister for Communications, Electronics and IT Ashwini Vaishnav. A special CBI court in Mumbai sends a former ICICI Bank CEO and MD Chanda Kochar, her husband Deepak Kochar and Videocon Group founder Venugopal Dhoot to 14-day judicial custody. 268 new cases of COVID reported in the country during the last 24 hours. 182 people recovered during the same period. 3,552 active cases in the country at present, says Health Ministry's data. Army's Ladakh-based Fire Fury Corps decides to continue Ladakh Ignites Minds project for 2nd year. Signs MOU with Hindustan Petroleum and National Integrity and Educational Development Organization. Replying to Congress claims of security breach during Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra, CRPF clarifies the security arrangements for Mr. Gandhi as per laid down guidelines. 356th birth anniversary of Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj celebrated across the country today. PM Modi pays tribute, recalls Guru Gobind Singh's contribution towards serving humanity. National Testing Agency to conduct the Common University Entrance Test CUET-PG exam from the 1st to 10th of June next year. Security alert issued in Bihar's Bodh Gaya amid Dalai Lama's visit. Search on for a Chinese woman identified as Shong Xiaolong. At least 19 people killed in a fire that sweeps through a Cambodian hotel casino on the border town of Thailand. Avatar, The Way of Water has surpassed $1 billion at the global box office in just 14 days, becoming the fastest film to pass the milestone this year. Our lead story. The Indian-Australian Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement came into force today, calling it a watershed moment. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the pact will unlock the enormous potential of our trade and economic ties. They boost business on both the sides. Union Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal said that with this agreement, the IT exports from India to Australia will cross $1 billion in the next 5 to 7 years from the present $200 million. He was addressing the event to mark the operationalization of the India-Australia Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement signed in April this year. Goyal said the FTA will benefit several sectors, including textiles, gems and jewelry, and also information technology, which gets a boost by the dropping of double taxation. Goel asserted that India, walking out of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership in 2019, was a prudent move. He said that it would have become a free trade agreement with China in effect. Piyush Goel expressed hope of at least 2 more free trade agreements to be signed in 2023.
Blessing that we are all receiving in the form of this agreement entering into force today. 1st May was when the UAE agreement entered into force, and today on Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Jayanti, with this agreement with Australia entering into force, I think 2 agreements within a calendar year is a matter of great joy and celebration for all of us. So truly a matter of great joy and satisfaction, 2 agreements with 2 countries with large per capita incomes, large market potential in a variety of areas, pharmaceuticals, textiles, chemicals, gem and jewelry, leather and sportswear, and Australia is a sporting nation. A lot of potential for finished products to Australia because they hardly manufacture anything. They are largely a raw material and intermediate producing country. So it's a complete win-win. We will get cheaper raw materials for Indian industry, which will help us become more competitive to serve the world markets, which will also help us to serve Indian consumers with better quality goods at more affordable and competitive prices.
Cyprus has expressed its desire to join the International Solar Alliance. Today, a framework agreement was signed in Nicosia between External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and Cyprus Foreign Minister Leonis Kasodlias. An MOU was also signed to strengthen defense ties between the 2 countries. Apart from this, a memorandum of understanding was signed regarding the roadmap to increase immigration and mobility. This will facilitate Indian students and people to go to Cyprus for employment. The 2 leaders also discussed the issue of Russia-Ukraine war and situation in Afghanistan amid other global issues.
Discussions on our bilateral relations, on our multilateral cooperation, on geopolitical and regional challenges. So we exchange views on our respective neighborhoods, on the Indo-Pacific, on the Middle East or West Asia as we call it, on Europe, on India-EU relations.
I grasp today's opportunity to extend in person our heartfelt gratitude and sincere appreciation of India's long-standing principled stance in our continued efforts for the reunification of Cyprus, expressed by your country's support in the UN Security Council on the issue of Varosha and the resolutions for the renewal of the AMFISIP mandate.
The Election Commission has developed a prototype of a remote electronic voting machine for domestic migrant voters. This modified form of EVM can handle up to 72 multiple constituencies from a single remote polling booth. It said the initiative, if implemented, can lead to a social transformation for the migrants, as they will not have to get themselves enrolled at their place of work or travel to their home constituency to cast their vote. The Commission has invited all recognized national and state political parties on 16th of January next year to demonstrate its functioning. The poll panel has also solicited written views of recognized political parties by 31st of January. The NIA conducted searches at 56 locations in Kerala in relation to unlawful and violent activities by the Banned Popular Front of India and its affiliates. The National Investigating Agency carried out raids in 12 districts at the residences of State Executive Committee members and zonal heads of PFI. Residences of 15 physical training instructors, trainers and 7 cadres trained in use of knives, daggers, swords and other types of weapons were also raided. The official said the crackdown also covered 20 other suspects. The NIA said the searches have led to the recovery and seizure of sharp-edged weapons, incriminating material and digital devices. In September, the NIA had conducted searches at 24 locations in Kerala, including offices of PFI and residences of 13 accused. Several functionaries, including top PFI leaders, were arrested in raids across 15 states for allegedly supporting terror activities in the country. Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia reviewed the status of essential medicines and drugs with pharma companies today. Amid a spike in COVID-19 cases in some countries, the health minister has asked pharma companies to keep a close watch on global supply chain scenario. He also directed them to ensure adequate stocks and availability of all drugs, including COVID drugs. The government is also closely monitoring exports of products such as PPE kits, masks, ventilators and certain medicines like paracetamol. This to be able to deal with any possible emergency situation, though the situation is under control right now. In 2020, the government had imposed restrictions on exports of products such as PPE kits, sanitizers, gloves, testing kits, syringes, remdesivir and paracetamol. Currently, the government has asked all states and union territories to be prepared. In another major move, passengers arriving in India from China, Hong Kong, Japan, South Korea, Singapore and Thailand will be mandatorily required to provide negative COVID reports from 1st of January. They will have to upload the negative COVID reports from RT-PCR tests on the Air Suvidha portal prior to their departure. This is in addition to the random 2% tests of the international passengers in all incoming international flights on their arrival. The RBI said banks' gross NPA ratio has fallen to a severe year low of 5%, and the banking system remains sound and well capitalized. In the 26th issue of the Financial Stability Report, the RBI also said the global economy is facing formidable headwinds with recessionary risks looming large. On inflation, the report said, though prices are elevated, front-loading of monetary policy actions and supply-side interventions are easing the pressure. RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das said that the Reserve Bank and other financial regulators remain vigilant to ensure the stability and soundness of our financial system. He added that the Indian economy presents a picture of resilience. The national capital is set to welcome the new year amid a severe cold wave. The Indian Meteorological Department has warned that the winter chill would intensify further in early January. The cold conditions in North India, including Delhi, have abated slightly due to the influence of a western disturbance characterized by warm, moist winds from the Middle East. However, the relief is short-lived as the minimum temperature is likely to drop again from 31st of December. On Thursday, the Safdarjung Observatory, Delhi's primary weather station, recorded a minimum temperature of 7 degrees Celsius against 6.3 degrees Celsius on Wednesday. Srinagar and other areas in the Kashmir Plains received the season's first snowfall today. Meanwhile, Valley's higher reaches broke the dry spell and experienced moderate snow. Most of the plains in the valley, including Srinagar, received light snowfall from late in the afternoon. Reports of snowfall were received from Gulmarg, Gurez, Bandipora and Kupwara in North Kashmir, as well as many areas in central and South Kashmir. Thursday's snowfall broke the dry spell in Kashmir, which is currently under the grip of Chilla-e-Kala, the 40-day harshest weather period. The Met Office has said the weather was likely to improve from Friday afternoon. Due to the extreme cold conditions, water froze in the supply pipelines in many areas. Interiors of the Dal Lake and other water bodies too have frozen. In Arunachal Pradesh, at least 6 districts witnessed moderate to heavy snowfall in the last couple of days. Sela Pass, situated at an altitude of 13,700 feet on the Bomdila-Tawang road, was covered in over 1 feet snow for the last 3 days. The BRO is on alert for any blockade on the vital Tawang-Bomdila road. Tawang district bordering China also experienced moderate snowfall. Chilly winds have been lashing the hilly town, leading to a drastic drop in mercury level. The nation is celebrating the 356th birth anniversary of Guru Gobind Singh Ji with religious fervour and gaiety. Devotees offered prayers by taking a holy dip at the Golden Temple in Amritsar. Kirtan langars are being organized in Gurudwaras, which are decked up on the occasion. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the 10th Guru of Sikhism, has set a wonderful example of charity, sacrifice and bravery. President, Vice President and Prime Minister paid tribute to Guru Gobind Singh Ji on his birth anniversary and wished the people of the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday said, paying tribute to Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj on his birth anniversary, his unparalleled courage will continue to motivate people for years to come. Modi tweeted and posted a previous clip of his speech lauding the Guru. He tweeted, on the sacred occasion of his Prakash Parab, I bow to Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji and recall his contribution towards serving humanity. His unparalleled courage will continue to motivate people for years to come. And time now for a quick look at some more news from across the nation. President Draupadi Murmu has stressed on the need for digital literacy in the country, addressing the students of G. Natayannamma Institute of Science and Technology in Hyderabad today. The president said everyone uses mobile phones today, and with the internet explosion, unlimited people are using technology like never before. She wanted the same to be used for better use, like for digital literacy. She also said that engineering as a profession has become very critical today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit West Bengal on Friday to lay foundation stone and dedicate to the nation projects worth more than rupees 7,800 crore. He will chair the second meeting of the National Ganga Council in Kolkata. Modi will lay foundation stone and dedicate to the nation multiple sewerage infrastructure projects in West Bengal. He will also flag off Vande Bharat Express connecting Howrah to New Jalpaiguri and will inaugurate Joka Taratala stretch of the Purple Line of Kolkata Metro. Union Home Minister Amit Shah launched BSF's Prahari mobile app and revised version of 13 manuals in Delhi today. Now, Jawans can get personal and service-related information, accommodation, life expectancy, CAPF, and leave-related information on their mobile. The Indian Air Force today successfully test-fired the extended-range version of the BrahMos air launch missile. The IAF tweeted, carrying out a precision strike against a ship target from a Su-30 MKI aircraft in the Bay of Bengal region. The missile achieved the desired mission objectives. A BrahMos missile travels at a speed of 2.8 Mach or almost twice the speed of sound. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's family has informed that his mother, Hiraben's condition was gradually improving and she had liquid food in the morning. Hiraben, 99, was admitted to a super speciality hospital in Ahmedabad on Wednesday morning due to some health issues. Time for a short break in the bulletin. Stay tuned for international news on the other side.
We will discuss the landmark outcomes of the United Nations Biodiversity Conference, COP15. How significant was COP15 compared to earlier COPs?
We have a 10-year framework now, which is popularly called as the post-2020 Global Biodiversity Framework. The world community recognized the importance of financing, particularly the resource mobilization.
Good progress has been made by recognizing the need for the special fund that will be set up.
Welcome back. Let's take a look now at all the latest from the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Several regions of Ukraine, including its capital Kiev, faced another massive Russian missile attack this morning. Air raid sirens rang out across the country. In Kiev, air defense systems were activated to fend off the ongoing missile attack. Numerous explosions took place in Ukraine's second-largest city, Kharkiv. Explosions were also heard in the city of Lviv, near the border with Poland. Authorities in several regions said some incoming Russian missiles were intercepted. An industrial facility and a playground in neighborhoods located across the Dnieper River were also damaged, said city officials. A statue of the 18th century Russian Empress Catherine the Great was removed from the Ukrainian city of Odessa. Catherine the Great is believed to be the founder of Odessa. Her monument was erected in the city center in 1900 but removed by the Soviet regime in 1920. The city council restored it in 2007. After months of ongoing invasion by Russia, Ukraine is accelerating efforts to erase the vestiges of Soviet and Russian influence from its public spaces. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukraine had helped Europe feel like one strong team over the past 10 months. In his annual address at Ukraine's parliament ahead of the new year, Zelensky said Ukraine had helped the West find itself again, return to the global stage and to feel the extent to which the West has prevailed. Zelensky also said that just a year ago it seemed impossible that Ukraine would get the Patriot missile system which were granted with the latest US aid package. He called it a special sign of trust in Ukraine. Members of parliament greeted him with standing applause. And time now for a quick look at our World Wrap segment. Thousands of travelers are stranded at US airports as flights cancellations and delays continue to wreak havoc following a deadly winter storm. By December 28th, over 2,800 flights were cancelled and nearly 3,200 delayed. Most of the cancellations were from hard-hit Southern West Airlines, which has cancelled a total of more than 14,500 flights since December 23rd. The US State Department has approved the sale of an anti-tank mine-laying system to Taiwan amid the rising military threat from China. The department has said that the volcano system and all related equipment would cost an estimated US $180 million. It is capable of scattering anti-tank and anti-personnel mines from either a ground vehicle or helicopter. The type of weapon some experts believe Taiwan needs more of to dissuade or repel a potential Chinese invasion. Hundreds of Israeli left-wing and centrist activists as well as other protesters gathered in front of Israel's parliament to protest against the inauguration of Benjamin Netanyahu's new government on Thursday. The hard-right Israeli government that aims to expand Jewish settlements in the occupied West Bank and pursue other policies that have stoked criticism at home and abroad in cementing Netanyahu's comeback as premier. At least 19 people were killed and up to 30 were missing after a huge fire tore through a casino hotel complex in a Cambodian town on the Thai border on Thursday. About 400 employees and patrons were in the Grand Diamond City Casino and hotel in the town of Poi Phet when the fire broke out around midnight. At least 5 people were killed and more than 3 dozens injured in a fire caused by freight truck colliding with a bus in a highway tunnel near the South Korean capital Seoul. It was not immediately known what caused the collision and the fire on Thursday and what cargo the truck was carrying. Fire officials said the collision occurred inside a noise barrier tunnel on the highway. The raised tunnel is designed to protect surrounding buildings from the noise of the road. Let's take a look at all the developments from the world of sports. Swashbuckling Indian batters Surya Kumar Yadav and Smriti Mandhana nominated for the ICC Men's and Women's T20 Cricketer of the Year awards respectively for their exploits in 2022. Australia beat South Africa by an innings and 182 runs on the 4th day of the second test in Melbourne, clinched series and will chase a 3-0 sweep in Sydney. New Zealand declare at 612 for 9 in Karachi test against Pakistan, take 174 runs lead in first innings. Pakistan are 77 for 2, trailing by 97 at stumps on day 4. Former Kiwi captain Kane Williamson scores a double century in Karachi, scoring his 5th double ton. Williamson surpasses Brendan McCullum for most test double hundreds by a New Zealand player. Reports say BCCI's Cricket Advisory Committee expected to meet tomorrow to pick members of a new selection committee to be formed in January next year. It's a wrap of the day's bulletin. Keep watching Sansad TV for all the latest news and updates. Good night.